Okay, let's go live.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, all. This is Jay and Professor Spike, streaming live from Long Island, New York.
Long Island.
But the weather, how would you assess the weather today? Windy. Other than that,
Yeah, no, well, I'm in my basement, so I don't know what the weather is. This is my dungeon, my COVID dungeon.
yeah. Well, I was out and
you could look out the window.
I walked halfway around the block and turned around and went back, which doesn't make much sense if you think about it.
One way was windy and one way wasn't.
Yeah, it didn't make too much sense.
Well, so, I mean, I've had the luck where I had the wind against me both directions. When I was riding my bicycle once. I swear, people said that was impossible, but it wasn't. I think they were watching me and saying, okay.
By the way, we have to ask the folks today, did anybody know the answer to the question we ended last week?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, who was born on a mountaintop in Tennessee? And if nobody knows, we'll give another hint, the second line.
Oh, you gave the second line during the hint.
I did?
Yes, you did.
Killed the ball?
That's how I caught it. I would have caught it on just the first line.
Greg, who killed the ball when he was only 3 and was born on a mountaintop in Tennessee? Ah, Confucius knew.
Confucius, yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, so I'm going to ask the question of the day at the end or at the beginning with this time?
At the end.
At the end. All right. Remind me. I have my.
Do you have it? You have it already. You have it already set up.
Yeah, I have it set. I know what I'm going to. The question for today has no right or wrong answer, though. It's a little.
Oh boy. All right. Well then, we'll have to save extra time for the discussion.
Yeah. Greg went for a walk. He bore the wind. He ran.
He ran. Wow. He made the wind like Flash does.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Cabinet Guy. Hey, Real Ron.
Hello.
Elvis Presley. No, it wasn't Elvis. Elvis was born in Nashville, right?
He was. He went to Nashville. He was born in Memphis.
Oh, he was born in Memphis. Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. That's correct.
No. Sorry, the other way around. He was born in Nashville. Graceland is in Memphis. I'm sorry, I had it wrong.
You sure?
Yeah, because Memphis, Tennessee is where Graceland is, but that's not where he grew up.
Okay. Well, Confucius says Memphis, but we don't know what he's answering.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Could have been Tupelo even.
I remember him being from
Tupelo. Yes. Yeah. No, it was Tupelo. He's got it. He was born in Tupelo and he moved to Memphis.
You know, I was thinking of asking what was Tonto's horses.
But that's not the question for tonight, though. That's not the question.
The question for tonight was going to be Tonto horse, name of Tonto's horse.
Oh, the name of Tonto's horse. Very nice.
Yeah, that was going to be the question of the day.
But there is a right answer to that one.
It's too easy. You just look at it, you Google it, and you got the answer.
Well, no, you got to do it like right now. Maybe somebody will answer right this second.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Without GTSing.
Yes. All right. So let's do David a favor and do Delta Airlines short-term play. I don't like the airlines in general or Boeing at this point. I think there's more downside. But short term, who knows? Let's take a look at the charts, see what they say. I don't like Scout. That's correct. Heath knew it.
There you go. I'm sure he's a long time a long time fan of the show.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to be a certain age to remember that, right?
Well, they showed it in syndication. I got to see every episode when I was a kid.
On
Channel 11 in New York.
Yeah, but I don't think they show it anymore.
No. Now people start looking at Johnny Depp or something.
Kamal Ali is on. I think it's Kamal Ali. And David said thanks. All right, so let's honor David's request. Delta Airlines, and we'll we'll quickly go through the biotechs. Again, I wanted not to spend more than half an hour, but we already bullshitted for 10 minutes.
Well, according to Yahoo, there's an earnings call expected today on Delta. Maybe that's why he's so interested.
Earnings call? So that's going to
expected today.
Well, that's going to bias everything. So based on the earnings, that makes my analysis that's coming up going to be meaningless.
Right. A technical analysis could just go far the day before an announcement during a COVID crisis.
I'll take a look, but
well, you can see what the consensus was beforehand, because there is certain behaviors that you see just before a call. And so we could find out what behaviors seem to be unlocked in this, being coiled into this. Because it looks like during the day you had early optimism on the day.
Look how close we were to making Dr. J call it a bull market. We just had to get to this.
Back to the
24,681. But it fell short. It didn't quite get there. And now it's playing with its upward trend line. So I'm getting nervous on the Dow.
No, it's the Dow. Okay. I was wondering.
It turned out in a positive day today, but
it did.
It's a little nerve-wracking. I want to get to that
500 billion doesn't buy what it used to.
All right, so let's do the Qs, all right, just to see a different picture.
Right, because you thought that bottoming of the Q would put
the Qs make me say bull market, so that's the difference. The Dow, not so clear.
Kamal is proposing that your question be, who is Dr. J's first grade teacher?
Ah.
that would be the correct answer.
I remember every
Dr. J remembering.
I remember every teacher from grades 1 through 6.
No, I know. I was just.
I don't remember kindergarten. You know why?
Remember, I listened to that podcast. So yes, I know you remember. You have a memory like a trap.
I do.
Steel trap.
I have a perfect memory.
You do.
I do.
Oh, so the call was. It said the call was in the morning.
Now here's the similar picture for the Qs. All you had to do was get to past 198, and we did that easily. And we're still above 198. So we're in a bull market as far as I'm concerned on the Qs.
Okay.
Because this was leg 1 down, this was leg 2 up. So once we go past leg 1 down, we're no longer in a bear market, in my opinion. So we have a bifurcation between the Qs and the Dow. Now let's take a look at.
Well, remember you were saying before that the good news here would portend overall, at least the sort of limit to how bad things could get over on the Dow.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like we're not expecting bad news, but it looks like while the Qs are good, there's hope. Is the way I would characterize it.
Yeah. So did they announce earnings on Delta?
Yeah. The call was in the morning. Been listening.
I see, in the morning. So it's okay. It's factored in already.
Okay. Well, there must have been decent news. Well, no, actually, not. It opened at 23, went down to about 21.6, and closed at 22.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks like it has a good, solid support line. Nothing else. That's the first thing I see. And doesn't take a genius to see this. I am a genius, but it doesn't take one.
Right.
So this is solid support right here. We're above support. We have today, this candle is not so good, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
The earnings must have been even worse than factored in. How many days? 25 days he's got on the call? I don't know. It's got, in order to make money, you got to take this high out right about here.
Yeah, they did post a loss, Delta.
Let's see. To really make money, you got to take 25.76 out. I don't know. It looks like trading range to me. What does it look like to you?
No, you're absolutely right. Especially if it's behaving this modestly on a loss. I think
I'd rather be writing the call than buying the call. I don't know what the premium is on 25s. I think he's in the 25s probably. Must be very little.
I hear you. I mean, but when you have a trading range like that, should you even bother being in the options?
I don't know. I play them. I played the only options I'm playing right now is CVM long term leaps.
Gotcha.
I don't like to play options. I don't like margin. All that. I've become very conservative in my old age. So this is a key point. 25. David, on the other hand, if 25 3/4 can be taken out, you could make some money here.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It does look like it could spring.
Yeah. So, the question is, can it take that high out? And you got 25 days to do it, I guess, right? All right. Good luck.
Yes, thanks. Good luck. 25. This Friday. No, you said this Friday, not 25 days. This Friday. So something's got to happen tomorrow. Yeah, something's got to happen tomorrow. I don't know. It does sound a little sketchy.
What's his strike price? 22.5?
I think it's 25, right? That's what I'm in. That's what I'm reading here.
It's a long shot.
Let's put it this way: if there's going to be no 2 days. Yeah, right. Of course, I'm not rushing you, David.
It's a long shot, but it's probably like a 20-to-1 shot.
That it actually breaks out and does something good.
Yeah, but if it does break out, it could move up nicely, maybe to the 30 area. I just don't know what would make it do that.
2 days?
Yeah, it could, but I don't know what. What would be the impetus? To me, it looks like it's in the trading range. It'll probably stay there for a while, not just till Friday. But what do I know?
Exactly. Now it's time for your. It's the perfect time for your disclaimer.
Oh yeah, Dr. J's opinions are strictly his own. Our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. Last week, I hope Spike didn't take my investment advice when I told him I would sell Codex.
I didn't take your advice.
Yeah.
Sherry's saying that that 22nd Century Group should move before May 18th.
I hope so. I still own it.
You still own it?
I think I own everything.
Yeah,
I own everything.
A little here, a little there. Because it's.
Yeah, I own it.
The last
and
month.
A lot right here. A little here, a little there, and a lot right here. One thing I wouldn't touch personally is the airlines, the cruise lines, Boeing, the oils.
Not unless you get a 20-year horizon on that money.
Yeah.
And by then people
so
cruises instead.
Athos has had a good day, but nothing.
Athos is definitely worth looking at.
Nothing to pop the cork, right? Nothing to pop.
No, but remember that big red candle was when a whole bunch of stock came in to dilute the price, and it didn't have that effect.
And I drew the line exactly where the high of the day was today.
Interesting.
I know where to draw the lines.
Well,
the thing is, it's got to take that high out. It's got to take the high of yesterday out. It's got to really move. It's got to take this high out, which is 243, and then it could really take off.
Right.
Right now, it's still
it's a little on that support line.
If I had to make a prediction on this, I would say trading range again, $2 to $2.25. We're at the high end of the trading range.
This is athx, right? So
yeah.
They're only a partial play on but they're more for that SARD. So that
they're a COVID-19 play right now.
Right now, but it doesn't look like a COVID-19 play with the most latest.
I don't like it as a COVID-19 play. I wouldn't be in it. I'm in it for the ischemic stroke play.
Right.
Although I shouldn't say that. I'm in Meso and PSTI strictly for the odds COVID pneumonia play.
Right. This is an odds one also, right?
Yeah. Let's compare this to PSTI. I don't want to put it on the same chart. I'll just
throw it. Which one is better, Meso or this other one?
Well, it depends on the day. Today, PSTI is.
Meso is an easy name to remember because it's named after my favorite soup.
Okay. It's a good reason.
Oh, how else are you going to remember this stuff? Oh, look at that.
I would if the doggone chart didn't blink off. But meanwhile, it's doing a lot of nothing. It's also, since it gapped up, it's just, you can put in a double bottom here. Let's draw some lines. Maybe we'll make heads or tails out of it. It's just not that many days to, try to use it for a determination of anything. But this is a double bottom. So let's draw the double bottom. $7 looks like good support. And the resistance is the top. It's a very simple chart to analyze. If it takes out either of those two lines, look out below or look out above. Meanwhile, it's a huge trading range, 7 to 11.
Wow.
Yo 11.
That's going to stabilize about.
If it hits Yo 11, who knows where it goes. That means it's working. That's what that means.
Uh-huh.
Meso had an initial report that sent it to the moon from Mount Sinai.
Yeah, that was on April 2nd.
I haven't heard anything lately.
There were two pops. There's one in April 2nd and another one in April 9th, and now it's just sort of moderating.
Yeah.
But, the behavior is a little bit more stable in your athx. And I know Kamal was even asking, what do you see in the near term, like 3 to 6 months on athx?
On athx, I like it for the end of the year when we get the 3-month evaluation on the ischemic stroke. If all goes well, before the end of the year, we'll get data.
Right. So this is not, one of your quick money plays.
No. All of these interim days don't mean anything. It's like CVM. I don't even care.
Right. You just got right. I'm taking your advice. I'm barely looking in terms of.
It doesn't matter because the action is coming the end of the year.
Right. That's why. That's why
it might make a mini run up before the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It should.
Right, but based on your advice, I'm not allowed to touch it for at least another 6 months. So I'm taking it off my watch list.
Right.
Maybe you should stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, I like to talk about it. I don't know why.
I'm playing with you.
Mesoblast is all converging right at the 200.
Hmm.
I don't know. You still got the 100 above everything. There was a turn down, a negative cross back here on April 6th. Negative cross. We're still hugging the upward trend line though. The wrong side of it, but we're hugging it.
Hmm.
If it shakes loose this trend line tomorrow, and then it could if it takes this low out, it could be big trouble for me. So.
Oh, really?
It takes out 609. Yeah, I would say then you're looking at support right around here.
Around where the gap is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right around there. So if it takes out 609, then it's probably time to bail.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, let's see. Scott asks whether or not there was some money that Barter received as part of the stimulus, and whether or not that's going to have any impact on ATHX.
I don't know the latest Barter news, but they're trying to get money from Barter. I know that. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know what moved it today. I didn't check the news.
Well, it didn't really. I mean, it didn't really move all that much on anything big.
Yeah, so I doubt they got a grant yet. I think they're negotiating. They're starting their trials soon, probably June. The COVID trials.
In June, really?
And yeah, once they start the trials, maybe it'll be like Moderna. Once they started their trials, BARDA came in with a big grant.
You know,
So,
I know. We're talking for this stock. We're talking long term, but I mean, most of the anecdotes that make a stock move is like not waiting till June, but hearing anecdotal tales about some prophylactic effect or some sort of palliative effect, like a bunch of people are suffering with the pneumonia, and then something helps.
You know what I think? I'm not that I'm a medical doctor, but I think a combo between a stem cell therapy like multi-stem and an antiviral like remdesivir.
Remdesivir, right? Or the one that Jake likes.
Yeah, I think probably a combo would work better than any one of them alone.
Right, and now today I just heard stuff about monoclonal antibodies also.
Oh yeah,
Matt Neely said he started their COVID trial in Houston.
You know a lot about them, right?
Yes, those are lifesavers in my opinion. So they said that the COVID trial already started in Houston in terms of ATHX.
For what symbol?
No, athx, the usual. What we've been talking about.
It started in Houston?
That's what Matt Neely says, yeah.
Well, that's good news. That's probably why it's up today.
Yeah, because like I said, you talk about something that's not even starting till June. I mean, you're granted,
well,
trying to get the idea that that's no longer going to be sitting in our houses.
You know why I said June? Because I figured if it was going to be this month, Gil would have said in a few weeks we're going to start. When he said second quarter sometime, to me that meant the end of the second quarter.
Right.
So he fooled me. Which is good because I want to be fooled in a positive way.
Right.
I want to be wrong when it benefits my pocketbook.
Right. You'll shame your way to the bank.
Sure. I'm happy. I'm happy it started already because Meso and PSTI got a big head start on them.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah.
With respect
so
to
I'm happy.
Let's take a look at covd.
Yeah.
Only because I've been sort of following that one, and there's been a lot of conversation back and forth about this one.
Is this a saliva test?
No, this is not the saliva test. This is the test that Lynn gave us months ago, or about a month ago.
I thought it was the saliva test, though.
This is the one that it's very computer oriented. The saliva test was somebody else, I think.
But I don't think you need a swab. Isn't this without a swab? I thought you could
it's mostly analyzing the data on a computer, right?
I think it's just the saliva on this one. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
You need the potential for a home test. That's what you really need.
Oh yeah.
You make a fortune if you get a home test. And
Problem
is
getting those swabs. Trump has everybody thinking they can use a Q-tip instead.
Yeah, a home test that you just spit in, saliva.
Spitting, yeah. Test. That would be good. You're right.
I'm very good at spitting.
Yes, that I can. Especially when I talk.
Yeah. Well, it's a very, very lovely trend line from this point on, from the 30th of March. So you got to like it based on the turnaround. It's done going down. I mean, you could actually make the case for all of this being consolidation. Definitely. Like you said, there's a little triangle formation right here, and it came out of it to the positive side. And it dipped down to support at the 50, been hovering around. When you asked me my opinion, I think it was down here or something. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe it was here. It looked iffy.
That pop, right?
It looked iffy to me. Yeah, it looked like it was just stuck between this trend line and the 50.
Right.
Broke it up, good sign. New support. It's found new support. Let's draw the new support.
Okay.
Just above the midpoint of the green candle.
The green one.
There you go.
I actually thought you were going to go into the middle of the reds.
No, this is support right here. Like, just under the low of the day.
I see what you're saying.
You can move it down a little bit if you want.
No. You got the right spot.
More or less.
Yeah. Good.
More or less. Let's do one more and call it a day.
Kamal asked for Gilead.
Gilead?
Mm-hmm. Heath was mentioning some things that might be happening within the next couple of days on CVM. And Sherry Lynn, I guess that's the way we say it. I don't know the right way of said 22nd Century. Those were the only three we really
spoke.
I
like 22nd. I own 22nd Century. It's a cigarette play. Low
nicotine, right? That was, and Sherry's asking whether or not CVM is still a COVID play.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think it ever was a true COVID play.
Yeah,
but it'll be a COVID play if all else fails, and then it's still around next year. Then it'll be a COVID play. We hope it's not COVID.
As will every stock as will every company with at least one microscope.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Gilead. Gilead's the one that has that that antiviral that everybody's talking about.
Remdesivir.
Yeah. So I mean, right there, because of the news, it's a winner. Just on the news, even
I definitely think it's got tremendous potential to fly. They might pull back to this $80 level.
Uh-huh.
Or just above.
Yeah, I've been watching this one for a long time, and I haven't
probably, it's probably a buy. Probably going to 100. Any good news?
That's what a lot of the buzz is about.
I agree with the buzz.
That 100 is not unlikely.
100 is right around the corner for Gilead.
Yeah, especially like I said, they've been getting wonderful press.
What's another one that people want?
Well, you're going to talk about CVM anyway, but the other one was 22nd Century.
XXii.
Yeah. And then we can close with CVM, and that'll be it.
Okay. Nice solid candle today.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, very nice candle. A little bit, not much on volume. I'll tell you where I'd like to see it go before I get excited.
So what is this business low nicotine? What does all that mean?
It means nothing if they ain't got that swing, I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Because they've been talking this low nicotine, low tar alternative cigarette for too many years without action, without FDA recognition. They've been applying for it.
Looks like everybody wants to go to heaven.
I don't know when they're going to get positive news from the FDA. That's what they need. So it's got to come above 81 pennies before I get excited here.
Why is anybody even interested? I'm sorry, no ill respect, but why is anybody even interested in the stock for smoking?
Well, it's a way to wean off cigarettes. You go on to this low nicotine alternative, and theoretically, you can wean off. So it's a way.
That's like drinking diet soda with your hamburger.
Probably. Your cheeseburger, more likely.
Yeah, right. With a double cheeseburger with bacon, and then
right. You're going to make that analogy.
Exactly.
What was the last one? CVM or Amazon?
Yeah,
pick one.
CVM. Right. That's it.
All right. I'm still funneling. I'm still buying Amazon, by the way.
What is it now? What is it now? Like $8,000?
I don't know.
It's about
Amazon's making me lots of money.
Yeah, $23.63.
I can't stop buying it. It's like I become very compulsive.
Unlike smoking, this is a good habit to have.
I guess so. Somebody the other day on Friday or last Wednesday asked me about Amazon puts. I said, no.
Yeah, right. Verboten.
Definitely verboten. This is CVM today. Nice looking candle, big bottom wick. I pay no attention to the daily movements because when we get
a tight
one or 100.
Right, exactly.
So what do I care about daily movements? I'm in it to win it. I'm almost like totally disinterested. I'm not selling. If I'm a dip, I might buy. That's the only interest I have is buy on dips.
Yeah.
Or add to my options. Because I am a greedy Dr. J. I want to make more. But at the same time, I can get
money to make money. That's what I learned from Amazon.
What they say about pigs? Pigs get slaughtered, right?
Right. Pigs get slaughtered.
I'm a pig. Let's hope I don't get slaughtered. I like money.
So what do you call this? A coiled spring.
I like money. I don't know why, but I like it.
Yeah. Well, you can trade it for things.
But I really don't know what to do with it, so I don't.
You trade it for
like
food and vacation.
food and vacation. We want a lot of the food you can barely get. You can't go on vacation.
You can't go on vacations. Right, and your wife.
Look, I can't buy a McLaren sports vehicle to put in my driveway and not move it. So what am I going to do with money?
Instead, you have to buy Macallan Scotch instead of the Rotgut that you used to drink.
That's about it. I could buy more Stoli Schnee or whatever you call
it. Stoli Schnee.
I can add the best pot you can buy, money can buy.
Oh yeah, as a big stockholder, they'll probably give you some.
Yeah, probably.
Because you've been bearish on that stuff. You want to wait till Jake to do BCRX, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to call it a night. Amazon is a buy. It's always a buy. I don't need a short. That's my recommendation for Amazon. Not that I don't make advisement recommendation. I don't make recommendations to buy, sell, or hold, but I wouldn't be a seller of Amazon, at least not yet. 3,000 I consider selling.
And I've heard talk about that too, right? That it's not unreasonable to expect that might happen. Not
Amazon. I tell you, Amazon is my favorite thing.
You told me when in doubt buy Amazon, and then you also said did say that it's always appropriate.
Yeah, I think I put it a little differently. It's never the wrong time to buy.
Never the wrong time. Right. Yeah, I got my test.
But there's one more saying. It's always the wrong time to sell.
So is the wrong time to sell Amazon? Well,
you could put it another way.
You sold it at the first 2,200 and bought some back at the 16.
I did sell in between. I mean, as I did the right thing.
Did you buy any at the 16? At the 16 to 17?
I've been an Amazon wizard. What could I tell you?
Right. You probably bought it when it was like $2 back in the early 90s.
When things were funny. Is that good or bad?
I think it's good.
Okay.
And you can tell by how much better our numbers are on Wednesday.
Lynn also thinks you're cute, remember?
Yes, I do.
Do you still think that? You think Professor Spike is cute?
I haven't been cute since the 1970s. You know, I had to switch over to handsome after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering what this one was.
I don't know what it is, but I'm not into shorting lately. Not for about 30 years. Separate shares on CVM. That's not a bad strategy, Linda. Not a bad strategy. I've done that myself, like I'll sell it and buy it back the same day, that kind of thing.
Right. You have to do that.
Short term, they couldn't understand. Basically, I said I don't give a hoot because I'm not necessarily looking to swing trade it. But I also added buy the dips.
Right. I was interrupting you when you were just.
No, I was interrupting you.
Oh, okay. It's funny. We actually, my family had a little Zoom chat where all six of us were talking, and we were all talking at once. And everybody says, "Isn't this great? This is just like when we're in the same room together."
I have a little hearing thing, so I don't hear you perfect all the time. That's why I don't respond sometimes.
Oh, okay, that's okay. It was for the audience.
It's just an apology
story.
It's an apology.
It's not a problem.
All right, so we're going to end with another question.
He says his wife thinks you're a cutie.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that. All right, so let's end with a question. You ready?
Oh yeah, here we go.
It has no right or wrong answer. What do you do, Professor Spike, when things aren't going right? And don't say what the answer is. Okay? Do not say it. I know you know it because
Yes.
you know my mind.
Yes,
I
exactly.
know you know it. Did everybody get that question? What do you do when things aren't going right? I'm ending with that. Adios, amigos. See you on Friday. Ciao.
Bye bye.
From Long Island, New York.